These are my confessions, and instead of going in front of a priest or any of that hard stuff, I figure I know there's only one person I go to in repentance, and I understand, and I get that, but you know, there are ways to clear my mind and have my mind just clear. I was so worried about, in fact, I was so worried about tackling this thing physically, mentally, that physically I had no type of awareness of the fact that the very thing that I thought I shouldn't have to worry about at all will end up being the very thing that now, as we speak, is my enemy. And I say those things because it's like everything that I thought I would have to walk on was me. I thought I had to work on me. I thought I would have to work on the way I handle things. I thought I would have to work on me waking up, realizing that the operation is irreversible and whatever's going on is what will be going on and all that. An amazing thing happened. I was put in a situation to realize that all of my downfalls, all of the things that I consider to be wrong, all of the things that I consider to be something that I frowned upon, I frowned at myself about, all of these things naturally kicked in. And I grabbed the mental part about it by the neck and took that away, and it hasn't read this evil head since. I had took this thing head on physically. The amazing thing was like in my past relationship, I had worked out, and I've always been like a upper body kind of guy, because when I was playing sports, I always had to depend on like my shoulders and I had a natural ability to jump. So all of these things came naturally, and I just needed to be stronger than everyone else because of the style in which I played. I still played rough, I played hard, I played to, one, get you away from me because you ain't trying to bang with me, and number two, if you did, to be able to last longer than you. And a lot of times I don't have anything to do with your legs, and an amazing thing happened. In my past relationship, right before it had ended, I would say for about a 2-month span, I worked on nothing but my legs. And if I did work on top, it was like to keep myself involved, but I worked on my legs, and I started to notice that my legs was like not getting big, but like huge. Like my calf muscles, like I could feel the difference between I walked. Like everything was getting better. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Yes, everything just got better, and I remember trying to figure out why. Like, what you working on your legs for, dude? You ain't about to make a comeback and doing all this other shit. Like, just in case you got that idea in your head, forget it. We not playing no sports. We ain't doing nothing. And it's like, well, you ain't pick a basketball up in maybe 5-6 years. So it's like, and that hasn't come from you not wanting to. It just comes from the fact that, like, who the fuck wants to, excuse me for cussing, who wants to score 40 points, 30 points inside of a gym when people getting paid means that I was score for 40 points? Like, not me. The chances of playing pro was something real in my life. The chances of playing pro was something real in my life. The thing of making it to be pro was a thing in my life. I've accomplished all of those things. So for me, going inside a gym, killing, cooking, as they say now, for me to go inside there cooking will only be like a reason for a wound, a scab on a wound to be pulled off, because the next thing that's going to happen is like clockwork. Man, that's crazy, man. You still got it. You should have never stopped. This, then, and third. You should have never stopped. You still got it. So it's like, I don't want that conversation to get any fuel. And I never wanted that conversation to resurface, because I could say for the first 3 years, now this ain't like talking about taking no breaks or seasons off. For about the first 3 years after my pro career was over, everywhere I went, everybody who seen me, everybody I talked to, they talked about one thing. That's it. They talked about what happened, why, what's going on, what happened, why, what's going on, what happened, why, what's going on. And for a person who never had attention, or never had someone pay them attention, like, that might have been something good. It might have been something they look forward to. But for me, it's like I wanted to crawl inside of a hole and get away from everybody. I wanted to be away from everybody. I could care less about people knowing me, or I care less about them knowing about me. I care less about the attention that it got me from women, and the attention that it got me from I would say, powerful men. The fact that I can go anywhere in the city and I was cool, all the gangsters knew me, all the regular people know me, like, all of that I would have gave away just to be a regular person and to be able to make a mistake and it not be every fucking where. And but even then and now, I must say it was a hard thing for me to understand, because I never seen that God in His infinite wisdom was making my testimony what it is. And during the process of Him making my testimony, it sounded and it felt weird, because these were things that I never sat down and planned. These were things that I naturally just was doing without any type of manual. I knew how to work out. Football taught me a lot about the legs and working out. So I just took all of this information and I started to process it and do it without having no reason in my head. Why are you working out? And I say that because when it happened, and everything happened the way that it happened, what I did not realize was God was preparing me for right now. Because He knew if He told me why, or if I understood why, I would panic or give up and I would have had a different reaction. But because I was blindly being made to do something for His glory, after I had my surgery, they was like, you have destroyed every record we have. Like, for people sitting up, for people going to the bathroom. One time they came in this motherfucker and was like, they ran in this motherfucker. It was like 4 or 5 people, because they were trying to figure out where the fuck I was at. And I was in the bathroom. And they was like, you ain't supposed to be able to get to the bathroom. Like, you're not even supposed to be able to get out of the bed right now. How did you get to the bathroom? And I realized, to God be the glory, like, He did all of that. And me looking at that as such a bad time in my life, because I was in the best shape of my life. I was working out every day. My self-esteem was great. I was with somebody who I loved. I thought that I was about to get married. Everything was right there at the grips of my tent, and then it got stripped away from me. And I seen it as such a shameful time. And not shameful in the sense that I felt bad about it, but something else that I had to add to the pile of, damn, dog, what happened? This, then, they're not to answer fucking questions. All the while not understanding that God knew I would need exactly everything that I had in my arsenal to get through now. All the times that I went through something, all the times that I was in the street and I ain't had to be because I had a beautiful mom, I had a beautiful dad. They both had money. I wasn't broke. I'm not Drake. I did not start from the bottom. I did not have a bad Christmas, bad holidays. No, my parents wasn't, taking my stuff and selling it. My parents wasn't doing none of that stuff. I had a great childhood. I had a bed that was designed like a fucking car, and I was sleeping in old house, all kinds of shit, because I wanted to run away and get away from this thing that I'm noticing that I strive in, and it's called discipline. I mean, and the moral of the story is that, right now you might be going through something and you might be experiencing some type of trial or some type of tribulation, and you're trying to figure out, why am I going through this? It makes no sense. It has no type of relevance to your life at that particular time. But I guarantee you, if you live long enough and you allow God to do what he did, and you allow his will to be done, and you allow things to happen in a form that they are supposed to, you will wake up one day and say, aha, all of that I thought was something that was bad for me is the reason why I'm so okay with this trial that I'm going through. You thinking about killing myself? I'm thinking about when this prosthetic gonna come, whether I'm gonna get the metal one or the wood one, or whether, I'm gonna be thinking about running and jogging, and I'm trying to think what my deadlift gonna be, and it's just gonna affect me when I walk down the aisle. It's just gonna affect me depending on my first dance, and I'm still had to move. I'm thinking about life. I ain't thinking about none of that. I ain't thinking about none of that shit, man. I don't care what nobody think. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not gonna care about, because the bottom line is, the same people who's gonna say that you dumb, the same people that will say that I'm dumb for having a surgery, will be the same people who call you dumb. It would be the same people who would call me dumb if I did not have it and I was about to die because I didn't have it. They would say, oh man, he's stupid. He should have just had the operation. The people told him that if he don't have the operation, he was going to die, man. Like, who gives away their life to get children? Oh, he's stupid. If I get the operation, oh man, you mess with them white people. He should have just got a second choice. He should have got a second opinion, this, then, and third. Can't believe he let them people cut on him and all that. Like, man, you can't escape this shit, man. You can't escape people. You can't escape hundreds of years of miscommunication and miseducation and brainwashing and propaganda. You can't escape that, man. Unfortunately, that's the time we live in. At the crow, the chicken will come back to roost. Like, that's the time we live in. Man. Our people has been brainwashed, and our people have been taught to be distractions and to be negative influences of our own selves and our own people, to the point where we have mastered it and we look at it as a point of preference to be prideful. I'm keeping it a being. All of this stuff when I rally was like, if you was worrying about your life the way you was supposed to worry about your life, you wouldn't have time to worry about nobody else's life. If I'm focusing how to live, how to keep my kids and my family safe, how to make sure I still have money to provide for myself and my family, and going with all this shit going on around, if I got time to worry about you, I'm doing it wrong. Nobody should have time to worry about anybody because that's how much energy. If any complaint, you should have a complaint that you ain't got enough time to worry about you. You need more resources. You need more help. You need another job. You need another way. You need to make sure that if this door closed, you have no one open. And unless you have those things, then I'm sorry, my friend. Like, you worried about other people, you are definitely not taking care of the business that God put you on this earth and the responsibilities that you put you on this earth to take care of. You are definitely negligent. Or you are definitely negligent. You are showing some type of negligence to something that you have in your life. I'm not going to keep you long. Thank you for letting me talk about my confessions and things that's in my head that I don't feel comfortable with keeping to myself. Like always, if no one told you they love you today, I do. And I don't love you on no weirdo stuff. I love you because I'm a person of love, and that's what people of love do. We love when it ain't fun to love. We love when it ain't popular. We love because we can't do anything else. And when you wake up this morning, or when you wake up tomorrow morning, or right now as you hear the voice, as you hear my voice, know that you can have a great day, a great night, a great afternoon on purpose. Not because you got the job promotion or you got paid. Not because you met the man or the woman of your dreams. Just because you woke up this morning and you still alive this afternoon and you got a chance to go to sleep tonight and make it better in the morning. And there's a lot of dead people who would love to take your place. And last but not least, remember that if you are miserable, you are a participant in your misery. Because if you have been miserable by something or someone for more than a day, or more than a day after you realize this person is making you miserable, once knowledge comes and no action follows, the knowledge is useless. So I'll say it again, once knowledge comes and action does not follow, then knowledge is useless. If you know something or someone is making you miserable and you choose not to get rid of that person, and you will continue to allow that person to be in your life, then you are a participant in your misery, because the same thing that is making you miserable, you can remove. Once again, it's Decopbo. Thank you for coming out and sharing. Decopbo 1.